I'm going to talk about Game of Thrones. And don't worry, spoiler free. No, what I want to talk about is the fact that almost 1.5 million people so far have signed a petition to have Game of Thrones remade. Really think about that for a second. I know we throw words around like 1 million and like, oh yeah, it's 1 million, you know. Really, like, take a step back and think about how much 1 million is. That's a fuck ton of people. Have you ever even tried getting 100 people to do something? Even getting like 50 people to do something is a fucking task. But 1.5 million people took the time to sign a petition to have the last season of a show remade so that they could waste more of their lives watching it yet again just to be dissatisfied with another outcome. 1.5 million people. If they could take the time to sign an internet petition, you know how many problems can be solved with 1.5 million solutions? Don't get me wrong. I fucking love entertainment. I make a living off of it. I work in the entertainment industry. Like, if people didn't like movies and things, then I wouldn't have a job. So that's not what I'm saying. My problem is we've gotten to the point in society that our own escape, our own entertainment doesn't even bring us joy anymore. We're so upset about our fantasy worlds that we don't even focus on like how much our real world fucking sucks. My main point is, if we've come to the point in society where our own fantasy stories piss us off more than our real life problems, well then we're fucked. I really have to ask, all of you people out there that are just mad complainers, what have you done? Have you ever tried to write a show? Have you ever tried to like get anything off the ground? Have you tried to build anything or contribute anything to society? Because if you have, you know how fucking hard it is to even get it seen. And then when it's seen by millions of people, all they want to do is shit on it anyways. So it's like, what's the fucking point? Let's just make entertainment for the masses that'll never be fucking pleased with it. Is this where we are as a human? This is the pinnacle of humanity now, that we have the capability for amazing things and amazing communications and technologies, and all we want to do is like fucking piss and moan about things. Is that what the internet was for? To just piss and moan? Or was it for, like, I don't know, limitless possibilities of knowledge sharing and learning? No, it's just a fucking toilet for us to shit in and throw our problems and complain about the people that actually work to make things and things for you to enjoy. That's apparently what the internet is. So the next time you're gonna fucking complain about something or take the time to sign a petition, why don't you take the time to fucking like make something of your own? Or like at least try to create or help somebody, or I don't know, add something to the fucking world besides your bullshit fucking complaining. Cause ain't nobody wanna hear that shit. Could it have ended better? Yeah. Could it have ended worse? Yes. But it fucking ended how it ended. And all these people like, oh, I want 8 years of my life back. Wah, wah. Because I spent 8 years of enjoyment from this television show and it didn't end the way I wanted it to. So I need all of that time back. Well, you know what? You should be pissed off about like 8 years of your life. Maybe you spent that towards, I don't know, working toward the greater good of our fucking civilization, or like the greater good of your own life. But instead, no, like what have you done lately? All of you people that are like pissing your pants out there about this shit, what have you done? When's the last time you like made a painting, did a piece of art, like made a song, like tried to enact true change? Like, are you doing any of that? Or are you just like watching shit and then shitting on people that are actually like working hard to create shit for your consumption? I call these people culture vultures. You just wait for shit to like rot, and then you just picking at it, and you don't add anything back. You're just the scavengers of fucking culture, but you don't give anything back. Is that you? Here's the thing. I feel like we've all become like passive observers in our own reality, and nobody like even realizes that we can actually enact change in our world. I'm sick of all the social media complaints and society basically telling us all that we can't do it. We're powerless to change anything because it just is the fucking way it is and everything sucks. Like, I'm tired of fucking thinking that. Are you anybody else out there tired of being told that we can't change things? Because I'm fucking sick of it. I'm making this video right now because I want to do something about it. Maybe the sound of my voice will wake some people up and then they'll start thinking too. Like, we're not fucking observers in our own reality. We're the authors of our story, of our fucking season of Game of Life. We shouldn't be upset about a fantasy story and how it ended. We should be thinking about how can we make our fucking story more badass and more interesting and more wonderful. That's the only fucking story that matters is ours. And guess who's in charge of that story? You are. And I am. And we all are. We might not have dragons, but we sure should have draconian abortion laws that are sweeping the nation. Where all my mad queens at? Where's everybody at? Like, gonna burn that shit down. Who's gonna be our Jon Snow that unites all of the good people from different walks of life to stand up and fucking for what's right and for a better world? Where's all my Jon Snows at in the real world? We might not have White Walkers, but we got fucking white supremacists. Those are very real and very fucking awful. Who's gonna stand up to those? You know, our game doesn't involve magic and swords and sorcery. That's not how we fight our battles. We fight our battles with words and action. But it doesn't make it any less important. It doesn't make it any less magical and wonderful and adventurous. Just because our rules are different doesn't mean that we should be any less inspired to enact true change in our world. Let's stop focusing on the fantasy and start focusing on how we can fix our shit. Sure, enjoy the fantasy, but don't let that become your whole fucking life. Don't forget that you have the power to be a hero in your own world. It's not impossible. Stop thinking that you can't do shit. So let's stop wallowing around like petulant little children. Let's change our diapers, put on our big kid pants, and let's go out there and fucking change our world. Let's write our season. Let's write our story and make it the best fucking story that it can be. So this is a call to action to all you mothers of dragons out there, all you mad queens, all you Jon Snows, your Tyrions, all of you real world people. Wake the fuck up and let's start making our story better. Let's make our story the story that we want to live in and not the fucking fantasy story that we all want to complain about. Is that too much to ask? I don't know. I guess that all depends on you, Buttercup. If you like the cut of my jib and the words that are coming out of my mouth that correlate meaning in your brain, well, I have a podcast, Spewtron. Search it on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean. Also, why don't you come hang out with me on Twitch where I'm doing live art and you can hang out with me. And we got a sweet community going called the Cigarette Pack on Discord. Join it and share art, share creativity, share weirdness. Let's start. I'm just over it, man. I'm just over a feeling like we can't change anything. And I don't know. Maybe this video will go somewhere, maybe it won't. But that's up to you too. So if you agree with the things I'm saying, why not share this video? That's a very simple way to start things, like get some change going, wake some people up. Like, share it. If you agree with it, share it. And then we'll see where it goes after here. Well, I'm trying, man. And I can't do it alone. So why don't we all work together towards the change that we want to see? Let's make our story the best fucking story ever. Because whether we like it or not, it's the one that we got to live. If you can get people to think, then we can get things to change. If you can get people to listen and discuss, then we can get things to change. So wake the fuck up and grow the fuck up.